Hello, my name is Shantae Young, and my white paper is on the Reveille Project, using CrossFit to combat PTSD. Post-traumatic stress disorder, or PTSD, is an anxiety disorder. It is a result of your body witnessing or experiencing a traumatic event that causes your stress coping system to go out of whack and ultimately have some serious health effects. Some of the symptoms include intrusive memories, flashbacks, nightmares, uncontrollable thoughts, and it can happen anywhere between a month or years later after the event. You can't predict when those memories will flood back. Left undiagnosed or untreated, mental health conditions like anxiety and depression can occur, which sometimes leads to a use of drugs or alcohol, eating disorders, violence, suicidal thoughts or actions. And according to the National Center for PTSD, 6 out of every 10 men and 5 out of every 10 women experience at least one trauma in their lives. 7 or 8% of those folks will develop PTSD at some point. Any given year, there are 8 million people with PTSD, and 10% of women and 4% of men will have it at some point in their lives. And while anybody who has trauma can experience PTSD, military veterans are really doing it at a high rate due to different assaults, sexual assaults, combat, non-combat issues. And according to the National Center of PTSD, between 11 and 20% of the recent wars, veterans have come out with PTSD. 12% in the Gulf War, 15% in the Vietnam War. It has now doubled to 30%. So when they return home, combat veterans, they may hear a car backfire and feel like they're back in the war. And it's hard to get their lives back together. Sometimes that's a suicidal situation. Between 2001 and 2007, the rate of suicide was greatest the first 3 years after leaving service, according to the U.S. Department of Veterans Affairs. 20 veterans a day died from suicide in 2014. And from 2001, it was only 27% of the VA hospital visits for mental health or substance abuse. Now it's 40%. And although it is treatable with medication and psychotherapy, there's really no cure for PTSD. There are holistic methods, though, and I want to focus on exercise. And so studies show that exercise, of course, has a positive impact on both depression and PTSD. Mind-body exercises like yoga and Tai Chi are also part of that. CrossFit, though, is also a mind-body exercise. They also do strength and conditioning. They use aerobics and weightlifting and body weight exercises, and they combine them into one full body workout. They use it as a tool to help veterans take a more holistic approach. Their mission really is to restore veterans' lives back like it was. They will receive at no cost a 1-year scholarship to a CrossFit gym, 1-year nutritional counseling and tracking, community support, spiritual encouragement, neuromuscular and psychological tracking. Now, everybody who gets PTSD, they get it differently, and so each veteran is given a different type of program catered to whatever their needs are. The Reveille Project doesn't just deal in PTSD, though. They do traumatic brain injuries, veterans who have been wounded in war. As you can see, a few of these people are in wheelchairs or only have one leg. The thought is we want to make them whole. Founded by Kevin Ogar and Ryan Foster. Kevin was Ryan's CrossFit coach, and Ryan had PTSD, suffered traumatic brain injury as well as other injuries, and he credits CrossFit and Kevin with saving his life. Otherwise, he was drinking heavily, and so he really feels like that he saved his life. So they got together and decided to start the Reveille Project. Well, during that time, Kevin Ogar was paralyzed in a weightlifting accident, and the doctor said he would not have lived had he not been as fit and strong as he was. And so he credits CrossFit with saving his life as well. And so the Reveille Project is actually an amazing thing for both them and the veterans that they help. In 2015, they got their 501c3 status, and they are working out at Kevin's gym, CrossFit Watchtower in Inglewood, Colorado. The results have been so great that gyms across the country have invited the Reveille Project into their gyms, and they have one satellite gym up already, and they expect to have several others in other states done by 2017. Thank you so much.